How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your ginger Geordie geek. Welcome back to the channel for another Saturday Night Live, and we've got a full show for you tonight. As ever, I'm joined by some of my favourite friends, and at first we are joined by my favourite American, Past Point Comics. How are you, Past Point Comics?
Good. What's going on, Comic Book Familia? How's everyone doing today?
Tremendous. You can stay. You can stay. Just tell your dad to go make a cup of tea or something, and you can just stay for the night, all right? Ladies and gents, this is Ephraim's lovely daughter. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much for jumping on. Always appreciate seeing you.
Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye now.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Dang it.
This guy again.
Replaced Ephraim.
That's
Replaced.
your second favourite American now that she's
Yeah,
on.
yeah. How are you, Ephraim? Are you well?
Doing fine. She got nervous. She was, oh no. Doing great, guys. Glad to be here with all of you.
Good stuff. I'm also joined by good old Hydra Collectibles. How are you, Luke?
I'm very good, thank you. Always a pleasure to be here on a Saturday night.
Good stuff. Nice to see you. And James has been trusted with a sacred role tonight, aren't you, James? What are you up to tonight?
I'm hamster sitting.
I wouldn't trust you with a hamster.
Get back.
How big is the hamster? If you ace hamster sitting when we go to Thor Bubble, you can mouse it. So, you can look after one hood.
I'm not doing that for free.
How are you? Are you well, mate? Are you well?
Very well, man. I'm love a good Saturday night. Ooh,
good stuff. Yeah, lots to talk about. It's going to be good. And we have got our favourite Mowl, Von Hoot himself. How are you, sir?
I am in deep shock, and I'm very disturbed.
So what's
I've just
changed?
discovered something terrible in my collection, and it has freaked me out. So,
what is it?
my animation cells, I've just taken a look at it, and I've got some vinegar syndrome on one of the cells, which is really bad. But just take Luke's reaction, and just multiply that.
Yeah, if I understood what vinegaring means,
It's
I'd be more
very
upset.
bad.
I think. What cartoon? What animation was it?
Oh, it's some of the He-Man ones.
Even worse.
Do you know what? I only have He-Man animation cells, but I too have encountered vinegar syndrome with one of my sets, and I was absolutely devastated. So yeah, I feel your pain, and unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to resolve it.
What is it called?
Vinegar syndrome.
It's basically the decay of the animation cells, but it has like a strong vinegar taste, not taste, smell.
Yeah.
You're chewing on them.
Luke, you're not supposed to lick your animation cells, Luke. Which ones have you been licking? I bet it's Battle Cat, isn't it? It's Battle Cat. You've been giving him a clean. Anyway, guys, let's move on. Let's see who we've got in the chat. We have got StreamYard.
Quack, quack.
I'm not allowed to say quack quack anymore. I've been told off. We've got StreamYard. Nice of you to join. We've got Phil. I have real problem. Oh God, Phil's telling a joke. The missus said she'll leave me because of my obsession with comic books. She says I've too many issues, but I'm dumb.
That's a good one. I like it.
Ephraim's left. Ephraim's that appalled with that joke. He's ran. I heard she was leaving because you lacked substance and hurt her eyes to look at. Basically, your Venom comic. You're about, oh dear. Who else we've got? We've got Deadman. Nice to see you. Good evening. Excellent ones. We've got Chris Bell. Thank you for joining. I have nothing funny to say in good company that I see. Wow. Let's have a look. Who else? We've got Ian Carter. Nice to see you, Ian. I hope you're well. We've got Jasper, from Sweden. Thank you very much for joining. Always nice to see you. We've got C4 Darkman. Thank you for joining. Fuzzy, is Eureka Johnson popular in Sweden? Is Eureka Johnson still around? I remember she used to do.
I always thought her name was Eureka Johnson.
Ulrika, man. Ulrika,
I thought it was Eureka.
Yeah. No.
Eureka,
Yeah. Okay. Are you in the hamster ball, James? That's what Fuzzy wants.
I would love a human-sized hamster ball.
Have you never been Zorban? Never been Zorban?
No,
I have been
I would
Zorban.
want to.
It's tremendous.
Just throw me down a hill.
Oh,
You know?
tremendous. We did like a battle thing in Zorbs. It was, I mean, I nearly died, but it was good fun. We've got Jack. Thank you very much for joining. Jack, always a pleasure. Did you say nobody's noticed that it was your daughter, Efren? I think they all just thought it was you.
I think we just had her on so quick. She should have stayed on a couple more minutes. You know?
Yeah, we'll get her back later on. Every time you start, because I know Efren, you need a little nap now and then. Every time you start to feel a bit sleepy, your daughter can just take over, and you can go for a power nap. Yeah, do a sub. Is it? Oh, the vinegar chat. And we've got Wayne. Thank you very much for joining, Wayne. Nice to see you. Licking Battle Cat out. God. And we've got Andy from Perpetual Comics. Nice to see you, Andy. Hope you are well, my friend. Okay, guys, let's crack straight on because we've got lots to get through tonight. That's me, Triple G Comics. If you want to go and check us out on any of the socials, I'm on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But we've got tons to get through. So, I'm going to start off with a giveaway. So we'll do a giveaway just so everybody knows what we're going to put into the giveaway chat. We'll draw this later on in the show. But if you want to start populating the chat with hashtag Young Minds, make sure you put the space in between. Hashtag Young Minds. And that will be our giveaway tonight. Young Minds being the charity we're going to be donating some money to next week. So please make sure you stick that in the chat if you want to win some comic books.
If there's a space, won't it just be hashtag young then?
Won't it be what?
Won't it just be hashtag young? I don't think you can put spaces in hashtags.
Oh, yeah. It has to be one word.
Yeah, it's one
Someone
word.
stick hashtag Young Minds in, and let's have a look. See. Oh, I've already got entries. So yeah, it's taken whichever way you put it in, guys.
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't matter, does it? I don't know why I care. Then
hashtag young. Hashtag young.
That vinegar's gone to your head, Von Hoot. You're off your tits on vinegar. Yeah, hashtag Young Minds. We've got 20 people watching already. Thank you very much, everybody. Please do make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe to everybody on the screen. So Passpoint Comics, myself, Hydra Collectibles, James T. Keegan, or One Good Scare Show, and of course the good doctor himself. Right, James, I think you're first up with a little bit of bad news.
This breaks my heart, man. Seeing that this isn't a thing. So the animators for Spider-Verse pitched a Batman Beyond movie, and they've released a couple of like concept art pieces, and it's gorgeous. Look at this. Oh, just imagine this in motion. Yeah. Basically, Warner Brothers said there's absolutely no way in hell we can do a Beyond movie. I'm curious if that means that there's plans for another Beyond thing then.
I heard it a little bit differently to that. I heard they said there was no chance until they did the pitch.
And he said a never turned to a maybe or a possible
maybe.
Yeah.
Because this does look amazing. I'm in all the way.
Warner is so animation heavy. Like there's so much animated DC stuff. Why they wouldn't take a crack at like a Spider-Verse, like the way Ninja Turtles has with Mutant Mayhem, like a big budget anime, take a crack at that animation style. They absolutely should. I think Batman Beyond pursues that to a T.
I mean, Batman Beyond is one of my favourite. I've actually just filmed a little video because I've picked up a copy of Batman Beyond's first appearance in comics. Love the character design. I would have loved to have seen it. But, James, I have to say, I want to see him in live action. I'd love Michael Keaton coming back and playing the old man Bruce Wayne, which is what we're meant to get at the end of Flashpoint.
It was supposed to be his movie after Batgirl, you know. Yeah. I don't see where you squeeze that in now. Could do an Elseworlds thing, but like short of that, this is a perfect route to take for that. So I hope this does eventually happen. Anyway,
Efren, are you a Batman Beyond fan?
Yeah, actually I am. I really enjoyed the series, and I love the old take of Batman too, even more. I did the Mentor.
Yeah.
So yeah, that screenshot it looks fantastic, and fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'd like to see it hit the screen in some shape or form. Luke, what about yourself?
Yeah, I'd love to see it. My concern is that the animation is too similar to the Spider-Verse, and maybe it needs like a little tweak to make it its own thing. Like I feel like it's a little too copy and paste, and I know it's only the original concept, but like even with the Turtles movie with like the Mutant Mayhem, there was differences. There was other stuff in there. So I think the idea is great. The pitch obviously has won Warner Brothers over a little bit in the sense of now they're mildly interested, but I would like to see it a little bit its own thing. I think that still looks too Spider-Verse for me.
Well, it'll be set in Gotham, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's always darker. You know,
It's like is it Neo Gotham or something they call it, isn't it? It's like it is quite colorful and futuristic.
I mean, I
But-
have
Yeah,
to
but
say,
I mean, it's going to be dark still, though, compared to, say, Spider-Verse. I mean,
Yeah, I would imagine like through production it would kind of find its own identity and style. You know,
Yeah.
like this was just it looks familiar because it's the same animator, so like that's why.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. I think Fuzzy's right, but does the general public care about Batman Beyond? Probably not. I imagine they make movies. They can't make movies just for geeks, though. But if it's a good enough story, hopefully it will get people to the cinemas.
that cartoon was on for a long time. I mean, it's not like it was 12 episodes and done. It was for a while, so people are familiar with that cartoon.
And just think like how much Miles Morales has come since that first movie. Like a lot of people weren't familiar with him at all, or like didn't like him, and that movie turned people around. So they could do the same thing here.
Yeah. I'd like to see something with him in, because I think he's a great character. I just wanted to mention this, June 2, I think comes out next week in the UK, but it's already
Friday.
out. This Friday, so it's already out in I think must be overseas, because we're getting reactions already to it, and it's been really well received. It's getting some fantastic feedback, high scores on from the critics and audiences alike. This got anybody excited? I mean, it's that long since I've seen the first one. I'd like to go back and rewatch the first one, then come back to this.
Is that Deadpool from the first Deadpool when he was bald and mute? You know?
It's Elvis.
Yeah, it's Elvis. It's actually Elvis. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm stoked for this. Like the masterpiece is the word that's being thrown around, and like the most epic story on screen since Lord of the Rings. I've seen a reviewer say. I really love the first one. I think and that is just set up for the main events are in the back half of that book. So I'm absolutely stoked. Like I just a more action heavy one. It's gonna have the feels, the visuals look incredible like the first one did. So I think it's gonna be amazing.
I mean, it's got a stunning cast. The cast in it are amazing. I'm that far removed from the original that I can't really remember what happens in the story, to be honest. So
I'm definitely going to have to watch the first one again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
But I'm up for it.
It's on Netflix, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's on Netflix. So yeah, I'll watch it probably the day before I go see this.
Okay. The first one got my son hooked. I remember watching it and thinking this was really, really good. So yeah. Is the bald guy Sting's character? I think so, from what I understand. Yeah. Yeah. Luke, you a fan of June?
Yeah, so I read the original book and I remember the older movie adaptation. I purposely haven't watched the first part of this because I wanted to watch them together. So I purposely didn't watch it, managed to avoid all the spoilers and everything else. Not that I really think too much could be spoiled for this. But yeah, now I will certainly watch the first one and then go out and see this one.
Yeah. Chris is just saying there, every time I try to remember June, I think of Tremors. Yeah. Did you see all the hoo-ha about the popcorn bucket?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Did they ban people from taking it into Madam Web?
I don't know.
I heard that they banned people from a legitimate source. They wouldn't let people take it into Madam Web.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah. There's lots of Tremors talk in the chat. I absolutely love the first Tremors, and then it goes rapidly down the hill after that. But the first one with Kevin Bacon is one of my all-time favourites. You all seen Tremors, I take it?
Yeah. Long
James?
time.
You've never seen Tremors?
Kevin Bacon one?
Yeah.
No.
You've never
Come on,
seen
guys! You have a horror channel.
Live.
Yeah.
we have a list like 30 movies long, so we'll get there eventually.
Ian's being kind. Madam Web was average. I think it was
That's
below
very
average.
generous.
Yeah, it's very generous.
Very generous to say.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to June 2. I am going to look forward to seeing that thing. James, you're getting grief in the chat now for not having seen Tremors. It's a classic. You've got to watch Tremors. Okie dokie. Okay, this was interesting. It kind of piqued my interest a little bit. So David Tennant was being interviewed a little while ago, and he was asked if he would ever return to the role of the Purple Man, and he said never say never, which, could have been a nothing, could have just been a whatever. Or it could have indicated that he's perhaps coming back in some fashion. I thought David Tennant was phenomenal in that particular TV series. I thought his character was scary as hell. It had some of the worst scenes, I think, where he was kind of telling people to put their hands in blenders and stuff. So I would like to see him come back in some way. But it made us think, what MCU villains have been and gone that would like to see come back in some fashion, perhaps in Secret Wars or in some kind of way in the future? We'll start with you, Efren. Is there anybody that jumps out to you? Or would you like to see David Tennant back?
Yeah, I'd love to see him back. That was a great series on Netflix, Jessica Jones. And what villain I would like to see come back that's been in the movies?
Yeah, they haven't got to have died, but that you'd just like to see come back in some way.
Well, I think it's just, top of my head. I'd like to see Ultron come back again, see what he does, him, what he did to Hank McCoy in the past and all that stuff, he messed with his life up completely. I'd like to see him, come back.
I think they did Ultron not dirty, but I think, he could have come back.
Yeah.
I think they did him dirty. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. He was too comedic. Like for how impactful of a villain he is in the comics, like he's an end game level threat, that they just one and done.
Yeah, you should have had a build up like we had for Thanos. I think for
phase two should have been building to him fully.
I mean, just I would argue that he was like the big bad in an Avengers movie. So I mean, he is like higher level than your average villain. But I do get what you're saying. Maybe they could have built him up a bit. And I also think they should have probably given us like a little teaser that he isn't really gone at the end. Because, you can do that with that kind of character pretty easily.
He's an AI. They can with two sentences they can explain why he's back, So
exactly.
How about you, Luke?
I'm really upset because I was going to say Ultron. But no, thinking of other characters, I mean, there's so many to choose from, like the older films. So, like, I would love to maybe see. I mean, how would they do it? They'd have to de-age him using the new technology, but like Deacon Frost from Blade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great villain. Like, I feel like that was a slight missed opportunity with the way they've done like the CGI effects back in those days and stuff like that. But other than that, a great character and a great villain for Blade in that first movie.
Yeah, I agree. I like that actor actually. I really do like that actor.
Yeah, well,
James, how about
Stephen
Dorff, is it? Stephen Dorff?
Yeah.
Quite menacing in a kind of a you want to slap him in the face because he's a stuck-up prick way. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, very cool. James, how about you?
Mysterio, because he's my favorite villain, so I'd love to see him back, and I'm sure he will come back down the road. They'll do a proper Sinister Six.
And he's a phenomenal actor as well, isn't he?
Yeah,
Jake.
Absolutely. Another one I was so excited after so many movies seeing him back, and I'm just curious what if he returned to a villainous role, what that would be. But Red Skull.
Yeah.
See Red Skull post like Endgame where he's he's become this ethereal being.
Yeah.
What if he comes back to Earth? I think that'd be fascinating.
I was sure, absolutely pig and sure, because of the way the comic books were at the time and stuff like that, that at the end of Civil War we're going to get the Robert Redford character reveal himself to have been Red Skull.
Winter Soldier, 100%. I thought for sure it was. I thought for sure it was him. Yeah. Surprised it wasn't.
Missed opportunity, I think. Von Hoot, how about yourself?
Well, I've got two off the top of my head, fairly recent ones. I would get Killmonger back, and I'd probably turn him face just because everybody loves that guy, and we've lost like the other better half of the Black Panther movie. Yeah, just bring him back. He's great. But also, the High Evolutionary was the best villain since Thanos. Bring him back. Like, make him a big bad. He's amazing in that movie. And it's a hell of a setup.
Swap Kang.
Kang, give us Kang. I want him as Kang. Yeah. Just jumping to the chat, guys. If David comes back, he better be purple this time. Yeah, I'd love that.
Well, see, now, I would have imagined he would come back and be purple if they hadn't have said, well, Jessica Jones is canon now fully. Because I think a lot of that cast is going to come back. But now it's like, well, those happened.
But, no, because as we've said many a time, Secret Wars for me is Marvel's get out of jail card.
Anyone and everyone.
If Feige switched on, if Feige switched on, he sits back in his big boardroom, they look back at the last 10 years and say, what worked, what went down the toilet. Bollocks, we probably shouldn't have gotten rid of these characters because people loved them. And Secret Wars is your answer to all that. Oh, it's from a different universe. It's a Purple Man, but, you know.
Obviously, you can do that, but like it's comics at the end of the day. You can bring anybody back easily, anytime.
I would just be wary of putting that movie on that high a pedestal because at the end of the day, it's a movie with a budget, and it can't have everybody. It can't have all of these.
No, you don't need to bring them back in that movie. You just need to open. That's the door that's open by the end of the movie.
Oh right, okay,
nothing's canon anymore.
I want the original War Machine back.
No. Which I was saying, David is the comeback king, absolutely. Fuzzy, Sabretooth, yeah. What you call him? Tyler? Is it Tyler Mane?
Tyler Mane, yeah.
I think we're going to see him in Deadpool, though.
I like Lee Schreiber more. Lee Schreiber was awesome in that movie.
Like
Terrible movie, but he was great.
Yeah. Yes, we've got hints that he's going to be in Deadpool, haven't we? Claw, yeah. I enjoyed him in the Black Panther movie. Fisk, we've got Fisk coming back, yeah, very cool. Thanos in a Cosmic Ghost Rider movie, I want Baby Thanos. That's a tremendous little run. Fuzzy, Abomination. I loved the Abomination character because I love the lead actor in it. I can't remember, Tim Roth.
Tim Roth, amazing actor.
But yeah, I don't think he was treated well in the She-Hulk show, I'm afraid. Yeah. I know you're a big fan of the She-Hulk show, but for me, didn't like that iteration of the character. Emma Frost, interesting one. Kang, no, hang on. Absolutely. Yeah, Red Skull would be cool. Zemo, but now he's a dance teacher in Madripoor. Yeah, lots of people agree that the High Evolutionary was awesome. Part of his resurrection could be he turns purple. Yeah, that would be very cool. Galactus. Well, hopefully we're going to get a proper version of Galactus, but that's quite interesting how you make that look not silly on screen. Do you know what I mean?
They did it in Eternals. They did it in Eternals. Like, we got a big guy in a suit of armor thing, and it didn't look silly at all. Like, it looked fucking terrifying.
They did it sort of in the last Transformers. If you just
Unicron.
Unicron.
Yeah, not a farty cloud. Yeah, that Eternal Hand. That Sentinel. Fucking Sentinel, man. Celestial is still stuck out the earth, isn't it? We've never mentioned that since in the Marvel universe.
It was on, I believe it was on a TV screen at one point in one of the Disney Plus shows. I think it was Moon Knight.
So I've said it before, my thought process is these are all different worlds, and I think it is all leading to Secret Wars, and that's why some of this stuff hasn't been mentioned. I think certain things take place in certain worlds, and that's why.
I think you're writing them out of it
there.
yourself. Yeah, I think you're absolutely. I don't think that's part of any plan. You know, that would be a retro.
They might say that, but
down the road,
they weren't thinking it at the time. Like,
Modok looked great as a gold dildo. Yeah. Interesting stuff. I'd love Tennant back, and I'd love pretty much every villain you've just talked about. But I have to say, my first choice would have to be Ultron, because I love the Ultron character. I'd like to see him back. And I'd like to see James Spader playing him. Speaking of villains, I forgot this actor's name. Fuzzy will remind us.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, so he's been in the MCU before playing Talos, but he's gone on record as saying that he would give his right eye, as it were, to play Doom in the Fantastic Four movie or subsequent movies when we get Doom along the line. I think that's a great pick, because I think he's a very good actor. But we've got some strong contenders for Doom at the moment. Casting them, if you have to pick one person to play Doom, and I don't want any or this one or that one, I want one name from each of you. Who are you going with? I'm going to start off, and I'm going to say Mads. I think Mads Mikkelsen would be tremendous as Doom. Von Hoot, we'll start with you this time.
Christopher Walken.
Imagine Doom speaking with that voice.
I wouldn't be able to take him. I wouldn't be able to take him seriously. I have to see him in Dune first to judge that now, because
I love Chris Walken. I love him. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Yeah, very cool. James,
Cillian Murphy.
Man of the hour, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
But again, a very strong actor.
I have another choice that you didn't like, so I'll pick Cillian Murphy for you, Pete.
Henry.
Yep.
Nah. Oh, Chris has just won. Shatner, could you imagine? That would be phenomenal.
Only if he sings.
Yeah.
I want singing Doom. Let's do it.
Fuzzy sent us an image of it. I can't remember which comic it was now. Fuzzy, of a comic that's got Shatner on the cover, and it's horrific. The work, it just looks awful.
The Batman.
It might have been Justice League or something.
A new one, yeah, it's Justice League or something. So you got Batman and Superman next to Shatner.
Yeah,
I've ordered that.
Luke, how about you?
So I'm probably going to butcher his name. Viggo Mortensen, the guy from Lord of the Rings.
That's a fantastic shout, I think.
That Red Skull?
No, Aragorn.
No.
Hugo Weaving, I think.
Promises as well.
I
He done History of Violence, one of great.
Oh yes,
absolutely superb film.
Yeah.
But I think he would be absolutely amazing.
That's I love that choice. Actually, that's a really good one, Luke.
Yeah, I like him.
I just had to look him up because I couldn't think of his name. I was just like History of Violence guy.
Good choice. Efren, how about you?
Peter, are you drinking root beer by any chance?
I'm loving the friggin' stuff. I'm obsessed with it, mate.
Have you bought more since that last episode?
Actually, the upshot just took one of my answers. I was gonna say Christian Bale or Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem's he's forgone. I think Galactus he's circling.
Okay.
I feel we had this exact conversation a week ago. He's in Pirates of the Caribbean 5. No Country for Old Men. Skyfall. It's the bad guy in that.
Yeah.
I feel like if you've played a villain, like you can get away with these recastings if it's you were a side character in a Netflix thing or you were on screen for 30 seconds in a Phase 1 movie. But if you were the main villain or like a major supporting character in a main movie, I think that's sort of discounted you.
Doom's, hidden behind a mask for the majority of it.
He won't be for all of it. Yeah, there'll be scenes with him together.
Christian Bale was in the last Thor movie, but
he's in Love and Thunder.
I think you're right. I think Christian.
Okay. I've just had a thought. What about Arnold doing it?
Arnold.
Yeah, like
get to the time machine. No,
he'd be amazing.
No, he needs to come back King Conan.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you had Arnold as Doom, I would want Sylvester as Mr. Fantastic. Do you know what I mean? That would be a tremendous showdown. You know what I mean? Let's jump to the chat, guys. We've got Ian suggesting David Tennant. Wayne, Tom Cruise, he's too small. He wouldn't be able to see into the eyepieces and the armour, mate. He'd be looking through the mouth, wouldn't he? Walken is too old, though. Yeah, he's getting on. Bill Shatner we've had, definitely. The Rock, why not? He's in everything else. Lots of people are agreeing with Vigo, isn't it? Vigo, sorry. Would Christian Bale work as Doom? Yeah, interesting. Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Yeah.
Another great choice, Nicholas Coster-Waldau. Yeah.
Who's that?
Jamie Lannister in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
he'd be fantastic. I think if you're leaning into the like Sokovian dictator thing, not Sokovian. Where is he from? Laverian dictator thing. He's the guy for that. I think.
I don't think I watched that movie, Phil. I think I saw the trailer for it and kept well away from it, but I'm sure he was very, very good in it. Myself, for Doom, I could try it. The armour would need to be taken out a bit. Do you know what I mean? You'd have to have straps around it or something to get that belly plate on. Dolph Lundgren as Invisible Woman. I'm loving this casting. Yeah, Sylvester's Mr. Fantastic. Dolph as Invisible Woman. And Sean Bean. Yeah, he would have to die at the end, but
he would have to die. You couldn't do it.
Yeah. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining, bud. If it was Sean Bean, he would have to be killed off by the end, and we don't want that. Some great choices there, guys. Some great ideas. I like that. Sean Harris. That's my shout from Mission Impossible.
He's very good. He's the villain. He was the villain in like 5 and 6.
I can't remember him.
He's sort of skinny, glasses. Like he's got a really distinctive voice,
really reminds me of Simon Pegg for some reason. Like even though he isn't Simon Pegg.
You think?
Yeah, I don't know why, but he's got he does have the gravitas for Doom. It could work.
Yeah. See, I'm liking this now. Sean Bean still, but you've just got hundreds of Doom bots and he dies every few minutes. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. Okay, guys, moving off that, I just cannot wait. This is gonna. I'm hoping beyond hope that this is going to be a great movie.
I'd imagine we'll get this casting soon enough as well, like in the next month or so.
Well, have they confirmed that he's going to be the main bad guy?
He's not going to be the main bad guy. I think Galactus is supposed to be the main bad guy, but he'll be in it. Like he'll be in the backstory, and they'll set him up to be.
I don't know that they should go Doom or Galactus for the first FF movie. Do you know what I mean? I think it's too.
Who else do you want, Mole Man? Well, fucking who else? Who's going to be the villain?
It's like you were talking about with Ultron, but you want to build towards Galactus and Doom. You don't just want to hide them straight in. And the FF have got some tremendous villains. You know, if you're going to go into the negative zone, you can get Blastar, you can get Annihilus, and yeah, I don't know.
Go with Mole Man first.
Yeah, why not? Why not? You can make him very cool. Mole Man for life. Lots of people are saying. No. No, Fuzzy's saying no. Okay, guys. Von Hoot. I haven't got a frigging clue what this is, mate, but you sent it over. What's this then?
This is possibly the greatest technical advancement in the history of the planet. I saw an.
I mean, you've built it up. You've built it up well there. So
your mind will be blown. I assure you. Okay. I saw a trailer for this on IGN earlier. This, my friends, is Doom now playable on your lawnmower. Yeah, I'm not making this up. Like, you can play Doom on a lawnmower.
I have to check.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I saw a trailer for it on IGN. Like, it's absolute madness, but it's... And the trailer as well makes it seem like it's really important, and then they go on a lawnmower.
Right. Okay. Pull it back, Von Hoot. What do you mean you can play Doom on a lawnmower?
It's a ride-along lawnmower that you can play Doom on. I don't know any other ways you can say it. It's ridiculous.
But Doom's shooting monsters and things. So do you attack people in your lawnmower? Look at Efren and
he's not bullshitting.
This is real.
I'm deadly serious. Like, this isn't.
What's the controls on it?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now too.
It's absolute madness, and
I'm getting one. Do you know what I mean?
Do you just stand over the thing and?
I'm just happy to bring you this kind of content. Like, this is my contribution.
This is.
Sometimes people think.
This is why you are on the show.
I don't think we should. Like. What's going on here? Like,
this is why you're invited, Von Hoot. Do you know what I mean? For just
neighbors,
just random, just madness, really. You know, let's jump to the chat and see if that's kind of changed people's lives. I feel like Doom could ally with them to delete Galactus, but turn on them to help. Yeah, that would be very cool. I agree with that. Chris, suspect. Now this was before the announcement. Suspect a touch of overstatement here. You are wrong, Chris. You are wrong, mate. You can't. Yeah. What the hell? I think you've totally thrown everybody in the chat. Yeah, that Phil's a man who knows his mowers, and he's confirming that is a mower brand. Slow news this week. Augmented reality. Jesus H. Christ. Shall we have a meet up and have a Doom tournament at Binky? Oh, that would be tremendous. Yeah, like a real life Pac-Man. I could get into that. I feel we've exhausted this topic. We've hit a new low, I fear. What do you mean? It's Doom on a. Yeah, I think you're right, Fuzzy. Okay, well, Fuzzy, if you thought that was a low topic, we've got people growing mustaches now. James, you know what this is about?
Yay! The script for Uncharted 2 is finished, so Mark Wahlberg's been asked to grow his mustache to match Sully. So he actually looks like Sully this time. Yeah. I'll wait to see. I'll wait to see. I'm mildly curious. I think if there's improvements made, I don't think there will be, but if there's improvements made, like, I want a good Uncharted movie, So like,
is Tom Holland in this one?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Okay. Did the rest of you guys see the masterpiece that was Uncharted?
No.
No. Don Von Hoot.
Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed it.
There
but
you go.
It's not a good Uncharted movie.
No.
Don't get me
It's
wrong.
a horrendous Uncharted
but,
movie.
Yeah, but it's it was fine. It was fun, silly. Like you watch it on a Sunday afternoon whilst it's raining, sort of movie, and you're only half paying attention.
Absolutely.
I mean, I hate watched it. I went to see it 4 times in the cinema. I hate watched it.
Why did you see it 4 times?
Because I had to see it in every format it was in, so I wanted to see it in IMAX 4DX. And my girlfriend wanted to see it, so I brought her, and then I had to see it in standard as well. So, because I'm an Uncharted obsessed, like so.
So, if it was such a bad movie, did it make a profit? And why are they making a second one?
They made a profit out of James.
It wasn't a poor movie, Efren. It was a good movie.
No,
so James
it's a Venom. It's like that level.
Oh, it's
like
not
fine.
Venom.
It absolutely is. I think if you're a Venom fan, the Venom movie to you is how I feel about like the Uncharted movie. Although I think Venom is a bit more accurate. It's fine. I think as an adventure movie, it's decent. It got like 5-6 out of 10. It did pretty well, especially like coming out of the pandemic. So it's it made 450 million or something. So they're making another one. So I hope it's good. I really do. Because Uncharted 2 is like my favorite game of all time. I want that story done well.
I've not seen this, James. The Uncharted short film with Nathan Fillion.
Yeah. So it's like 3 or 4 years ago. It's a fan film. But it's like he's in the Uncharted form. Nathan Fillion was the fan casting for a really long time, and he's in like the outfit, and there's like the camera looks like the game and stuff. So yeah.
I mean, everybody's basically confirming that you've created the sequel yourself, James.
I am my own worst enemy.
You are your worst one. Yep. Yeah. Right, guys. This is a bit of interesting news, I guess. I love that image. So there's been I don't know if it was a screening or a press conference or something like that where it was showing the new cast of the new Superman movie.
A table read,
yeah. And all of the name tags had this version of the Superman emblem on it at the bottom corner there, which is absolutely clearly the same emblem from Kingdom Come Superman. It's very distinct. You kind of get away from that, which is interesting. Now, you may or may not know, I'm a big fan of the Kingdom Come books. I cannot see them going Kingdom Come with this already. First off, the guy who's playing Superman's far too young. What do you think of this? I come to you first, Efren. Did this news interest you at all, or is this something?
I know what you mean. That's the Kingdom Come Superman. Maybe it'll be based on this character, but not the whole Kingdom Come series. And maybe it'll just be a younger version of this Superman. But I mean, as long as it's a good movie, we keep on saying if it's a well done movie, that's all I really care about. So if it's this character and if it's a good movie, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, this does excite us in terms of thinking that they might be planning a Kingdom Come movie at some point in the future, because I think that would be very, very cool. Could Cavill return to play Kingdom Come Superman? That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Luke, what about you?
I know absolutely nothing about this because I've not read Kingdom Come, so I don't actually know. But looking at this image, I know we're getting a bit sidetracked here, but that's not how I would fly. I would go arms straight forward or arms right back. I don't see me going out.
And that's why you're not Superman, Luke.
That is why I'm not Superman.
That's why they've not cast you.
Yeah, absolutely. It just looks weird. It's not very aerodynamic, is it?
No. As ever, Luke, Von Hoot brings the lawnmower content. You bring the sense to the show. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. James, what about you? How would you fly? See, we've even moved on now. We're talking flying.
Like with my arms out. Exactly this. This is how you fly.
That's how you would fly.
That's how they teach you to fly.
But he would be flapping.
Yeah,
that's why they build airplanes with the wings out sideways.
Exactly.
That's not flying. That's falling in style.
Yeah.
I've never really been a fan of this suit design. To be honest, I don't mind even the shape of the S. I think I don't want the black behind it. I'd rather be the golds, the classic.
Yeah.
But I think this is just a stylistic decision. Same way we got like Ben Affleck's Batman was modeled after Dark Knight Returns, but like it's not really the Dark Knight Returns version. So I think it's the same thing here.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think people are reading too much into it. I don't think this will be Kingdom Come. I don't think they'll go that deep. Although saying that, a lot of the characters that he's got appearing in the movie are linked with Kingdom Come. I'd fly naked to scare the hell out of my enemies. Yeah, absolutely. If it works for birds, who are we to question it? Absolutely. And I'm Fuzzy, I trust the birds more than Luke.
And
Von Hoot.
rightly so.
Rightly so. What about you, Von Hoot?
I sort of feel like there is potential that maybe they're just waiting for like distant future. We
Yeah.
might touch on this story, but like you're gonna have to wait until ages until Womblecock or whatever his name is really old. It just it won't work. Like the symbol itself, I'm a little bit with James in so much as it never really sat with me well that it was black, but it works for that one story, and and that's one story is a freaking classic as well. So if they do that properly, then take all my money.
Yeah, I can't see them doing it, but yeah, I agree. This is an interesting bit of news. This is totally kind of passed me by. Are you guys aware of this new Sherlock Holmes CW show?
No.
So, what's the actor called from Harry Potter and all kinds of stuff? He's great. Can't remember his name.
He's Lupin in Harry Potter, isn't he?
Yeah.
Not David Toulis, is it?
I can't remember.
He was Island of Dr. Moreau, wasn't he? He was in
Yeah.
that.
So, the CW...
David Toulis, I think is his name. Anyway,
who've made quality shows like Legends of Tomorrow and Flash and Arrow, are doing a brand new take on Sherlock Holmes. But the twist in this one is Sherlock Holmes is approached by a young lady who turns out, or who claims to be his daughter. So the show is called Sherlock and Daughter. And in the casting, there's no mention of Watson. So it's looking very much like the show's going to be based around him and his daughter solving crimes rather than a Watson character being in there potentially. I don't know. I mean, I used to love, I love Sherlock, and I also loved, there was another one, I can't remember what it was called. Was it called Sherlock?
Elementary.
I loved Elementary. So I'm all for new takes on Sherlock Holmes. I think he's a tremendous actor. I kind of initially saw it and thought, Jesus, CW will do teeny kind of rubbish, him and daughter kind of stuff. But actually, he's got really good dark acting chops, as it were. So hopefully it'll not be too kind of, teeny.
I think with Superman and Lois, they've kind of upped their production value quite a bit as well. So if it looks like that, I think they want another mystery show because Riverdale's over. Personally, I think they own Scooby-Doo, so why didn't they just do Scooby-Doo series instead?
Absolutely.
Because there's so many Sherlock Holmes adaptations, But like, I'll if I hear it's good, I might check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, surely Sherlock's in the public domain, isn't it?
Yeah.
At this point, so
Yep.
they don't have to pay anybody for it. That's probably
So from what it said in the article that I quickly read was that there's a whole host of Sherlock shows coming away. So obviously, how these things work. One of the companies will start developing it, and everybody else thinks, "Oh shit, we'll do the same." So we're probably going to end up with a whole load of Sherlock shows. Efren, are you a Sherlock Holmes fan?
I'll watch it to begin with and see if it's any good. Yeah, but I've liked Sherlock Holmes in the past, TV shows and movies. So yeah, didn't Robert Downey Jr. played him once?
He did.
Yeah, the Guy Ritchie one. Yeah, that's my favorite version.
Yeah. Guy Ritchie, wasn't it? I love the kind of the fighting technique in that.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
it's breaking
very
down
cool.
every move and stuff. Yeah, it's really
the second one is the Thingy of Shadows or something, where he's going up against Moriarty and he's doing exactly the same thing in opposite. Is phenomenal. Luke, I would imagine you're a Sherlock fan.
Basil Rathbone, are they?
No,
Basil Rathbone's the way to go. If you're doing Sherlock, that's where you start.
Yeah. Luke, what about you?
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes, one of the greatest characters ever put to screen, let alone in fiction, let alone in literature. The fact that he is public domain, you're right, we're going to get an awful lot more. I mean, he entered public domain a good number of years back, hence why we got all these shows like Elementary and Sherlock and everything else. I don't know. It could work. I think at the end of the day, it all depends on the writing and how good these mysteries actually are. Because my biggest concern with this type of thing, and Knives Out and Glass Onion are at fault here, is that they don't really let you, the audience, go along with the mystery or be able to work it out because they purposely don't show you the stuff that they then later reveal later on. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I like to watch it, get told, "Oh, that's the answer," and then when you go back and watch it, you see those clues, but they
I'm,
purposely don't show that.
I'm
You mean
100%
like
with you, Luke.
the
Like, I think
Columbo way of doing it, or the Murder She Wrote way? Which way are we doing a procedure?
I think for a good whodunit, you need to have all the clues yourself. It can't just be this thing happened around the corner that the main character spotted, but you never.
Yeah,
You
and
have to be able to solve it as well.
That's been my
You need all
biggest
the
problem
pieces.
with those movies, and I think that any show, especially a Sherlock Holmes show, should be able to have you go along for the ride and rewatch it the second time with new insight because you now spot those things along the way.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm just going to do a crossover between all public domain characters, so I'm going to do a Sherlock Winnie the Pooh.
Very cool. Yeah, I agree. I do like the breadcrumbs, but I don't mind a few extra twists at the end. Yeah, beat me to it, Fuzzy. I'll watch it. I'm a sucker for Sherlock Holmes stuff, so I will watch it. This is an interesting little bit of news that Fuzzy sent to us a little while ago. All of the X-Men titles are ending, and we're going to get them restart in May, I think it is. So a whole new restart. This is kind of expected because the Krakoa era is just falling apart. Efren, I know when we did our show a little while ago, you talked about X-Force and the Beast and Wonder Man crossover. Did you get a chance to read that?
No, I read your little synopsis of it though. Yeah.
Anybody upset about the current run of X titles ending?
I'm not upset that it's ending, but I'm just so these reboots are starting off at #1 again. There's going to be so many variant covers of #1 from all the books. I just wish they would just use the original numbers for the X-Men books and for every book, actually, wherever it's at. I'm just...
You see, I agree. I agree with you, Efren. I'm sick of reboots, but I have to say the X titles, I'm absolutely 100% behind this because it's just so convoluted and so awful. It's so inaccessible to readers at the moment, new readers in particular, that I think they need to scrap it, start again, start afresh, in line for the X-Men coming at the MCU.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it is. It's inevitable because we need to return to the status quo. We need to have Magneto being the villain again. We need this, that, and the other. All the basics need to be put back in their primary spot so that it can be kicked off in the MCU for the movies because that's how people want to see them or remember seeing them. And then you could do all these stories much later on, but they need to start again from the status quo.
I completely agree, Luke.
You know what? Really quick, before we go to everybody else, Luke's talking about the status quo. It bugged me that they killed off Jean Grey again.
Yeah,
it's like, come on, find somebody else to kill off.
Yeah.
But she'll be back somewhere.
I think there's lots of people in the comments. People saying the Krakoa story enjoyed it. It started strong, I think, but then it just lost its way. I think Rockover Comics is agreeing with that. Went to poo. I think Fuzzy's comment's right. There's just too many bloody books and it's too many characters. Yeah. It's so confusing and intertwined and everything. I remember back in the day when it was X-Men Gold and X-Men Blue teams. I think you only had a couple of books on the market and it made sense. Starting again works, but they run the risk of being overcrowded from the off. I think Fuzzy, I kind of thought that they would do a mass cull, to be honest, and get rid of the vast majority of the characters somehow, and lead it down to kind of a more core team. Von Hoot, what do you think?
I think that this is their one chance to get me as a new reader, basically, so they better not screw it up. From my perspective, I'm not touching X-Men other than if I have to. If it's a tie-in to an event that I'm reading on the app, then I probably will read it.
Yeah.
But it really has to. It does have to strip it right back for me to care about this and be good too.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah. James, how about you? Are you an X fan?
I haven't read an X-Men book in years, so yeah. If I hear that the ultimate version is good, I'll start there. But like you said, it's so deep and convoluted and nonsensical almost at this stage that I wouldn't know where to jump in the last 3-4 years of it.
Yeah, I think Jack's comment is bang on. To be honest, don't mind you have multiple titles, but the story stays in one title. You have a core team in each title. That way it's easier to read, because at the moment it's just crazy. Not sure who the new writer is, mate. I'm not 100% on that. Okie dokie. Right, guys. If you just allow me to kind of talk a little bit about charity for a few moments. As you all know, when I got monetized at the end of last year, we agreed that all channel proceeds will go to charity. So very pleased to say we're at the point now where we can start doing that. We've got a canny little amount in the YouTube pot, so I will be donating that next week. But myself and Andy are also going to do a bit of a charity night. So we've been talking for a good few months about what we want to do, and we've come up with a few different ideas. So we've started a GoFundMe page. A Just Giving page. That's the little fancy thing that you put your phone to. We've already had a load of people donate, so thank you so much to everybody that has done that. We're up to £85 already. That's just in 2 days, so that's amazing. We're going to do a live show next week starting at 9 o'clock on the Friday night, and we're going to be raffling off a whole host of stuff on that. That's a slight little selection of some of the stuff we're going to be raffling off. Somebody very, very kindly sent us today a Transformers issue 1 9.6 CGC, so that will be going up to raffle. We've got Cantor, we've got a whole host of CGC slabs there, we've got a load of comic books, and we've got full set of Do Power Bomb, lenticular covers, a Transformer toy, a couple of sketches I got done at Thought Bubble last year, Daniel Warren Johnson signed books, lots of first appearances and stuff like that. So all of that will be going up for a auction next Friday night. So please do check out the show next Friday. I'd really appreciate it if people could share that and make sure that it's spread as wide as possible, so that we've got as many people watching and bidding as possible. Cool Collect, our friend Chris, has also very, very kindly said he's going to do a show on the Saturday night, and all proceeds he makes are going to go towards the charity. So again, that is fantastic. Really, really pleased with him for doing that. So much appreciated. And also, our pal Redster Comics over on Instagram under Redster-Comics is doing an auction for this very, very nice Disney Avengers 9.8 CGC. So please do check out all of those different fundraising avenues. I just want to stress, as I always do, that if you can't bid on stuff, if you can't donate, it doesn't matter. Just by watching the show you are contributing, because all of those views chalk up the YouTube fund. So please don't feel pressured into buying stuff. Just come along and watch and enjoy the show, because we'll be talking comics and nerdy stuff and all that kind of jazz. And I also just wanted to say, this started off as just a dead simple, straightforward little thing. I was going to give the money that my channel makes. And then the outpouring of support from the community has been amazing over the last few days. My phone's constantly pinging with people offering with stuff. So I've had to knock some of that back because I'm scared the show's getting too big. And it was so thank you so much. Everybody's been incredibly kind. And what we'll do is, if this is a success, we'll do another one 6 months down the line or something like that. Okie dokie. Thank you for that. So, what have you been reading? Just wanted to mention a couple of books I've been reading. Spider-Verse, Edge of Spider-Verse, #1. Any of you guys read that? No?
Not yet. But
So, interesting, Ephron. Interesting. I can't tell you what the last two stories were. I can't really remember. But the first story was brilliant. This is a Weapon X version of Spider-Man, basically, who they set off hunting down Wolverine to start with, and then Captain America. Very, very cool. Really, really cool little story. So I enjoyed that one. It's well worth picking up. X-Force. I know you are looking forward to this one, Ephron.
yeah, I'm still going to read this one, though.
It's, do you know what? It's all right. It's just, I don't know. It just didn't have the excitement and the fun that I'd hoped for in this book, to be honest. And then Spider-Woman, my God, awful, absolutely bloody awful. Yeah, just keep away from that one for me. Have you guys been reading anything you want to mention?
No, I have been reading the Spider-Man book. I'm still reading that one. I'm always going to read these Marvel books, whether they're good or bad. And the Gang War, I'm going to read it, regardless,
Yeah.
So. But I'm always, looking for indie books too. The Devil Who Wears My Face. I think you and Dr. Van Hoot recommended that one. I love it. You know,
It's great, right? It's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, I started reading it because you guys were talking about it so much. Like, I got to check this book out. And God, it's a good book, you know. And what's the one, Peter, about the father and son that lives in the woods and they're being chased by a head vampire?
Blood Commandment.
That's another good one I've been reading. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very,
awesome.
very cool.
Yep.
Yeah. That's finished now. It's, the 4 issues are done, but it's superb. And there's going to be...
It's a shame it's so short.
Well, there's going to be more. So I've spoke to Simon over Instagram, and he's planning a prequel and a sequel. So yeah, really, really cool. Looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, Fuzzy just mentioned it. Ultimate Spider-Man 2. I read that last night.
Fuzzy. Sorry, Von Hood. I was just going to say, somebody in our little circle said that they didn't enjoy that issue, but I thought
he
it was
can't be
great.
trusted anymore.
Can't be trusted. No. I mean, I called him out on Instagram. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was another good read. What about yourself, Von Hood? Have you been reading anything else?
Yeah, I have, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Like, I know I went back and started reading the Max again. I read the first issue of Watchmen again, just because I fancied a bit of Watchmen. Like I said, Ultimate Spider-Man 2 was really kept it going.
Yeah.
They might have made him a bit too dumb occasionally in that story, but you know, it's fine. Like, it was very engaging, and I'm well up for it.
Yeah.
There was something else that was really good, and it's driving me mad that I can't remember what it was. Oh well.
Cobra Commander 2, I agree, Fuzzy. I enjoyed that far more than I enjoyed the first issue.
See,
Yeah,
I
really cool.
didn't dig Cobra Commander 2. I mean, it didn't have any Transformers in, which is spoilers. But like, like maybe that's why I didn't. But there wasn't a lot to it. There was. It was a bit disappointing.
I thought it was better than the first issue. I didn't particularly enjoy the first issue. What about you, Luke? Anything you've been reading?
No, unfortunately, I've not read anything this week, much to my sadness. It's half term here, so I've got both kids at home, and they've been keeping me very busy. So yeah, I've not had a chance to sit down and read anything.
I was just about to say, Luke, you must be taking care of your kids or something. You haven't read a book.
Good stuff. Okie dokie, guys. 26 people watching. Thank you very much. Please do hit that like and subscribe button for everybody's channels. What you been buying? I've got nothing to show because I've stuck it already into my giveaway box, but we'll talk about giveaway in a second. If you haven't entered already, hashtag Young Minds, and we will draw that as soon as the guys are finished showing off anything being new. How? Anybody got anything they want to show off? Efren?
Yes, I went to a little Comic-Con last week up in the LA area. And the first book I didn't buy, but I mentioned it. I'm doing this as a giveaway on my channel. If anybody wants to try to get it.
Yeah, nice.
On that video, I just posted it about a week ago. All you do is have to leave a comment and you're in the running for it. And I bought some books at this Comic-Con. It was called Comics and Cocktails. They had a bar there. You can also drink if you wanted to. You know, great combination. I picked up some Silver Age.
Oh, nice. That's very cool.
There's a couple more that I got here. I got a bunch of X-Men books.
Nice, yeah.
They're going really cheap. You know, it's kind of hard to resist buying some of these books, you know, because people are really cutting down the prices on them. So I said, you know, I'm going to get them. And I've never had this book, but I always wanted to get one. This one.
Oh, first Kazar.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I picked up the first. I have this book, but I just wanted the cover again. I picked up the first Dazzler.
Ooh, first Dazzler. Yeah, very cool.
Well, that's heating up. At the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say that book's got quite hot, hasn't it, because of the Taylor Swift or whatever you call it.
I'll show one more. I'll show a couple more. I got this beat up copy of Star Trek.
Oh, nice. What issue is that?
I don't think I've ever owned the Star Trek comic books. I just bought it. You know?
Yeah, Gold Key. I got the first issue a little while ago.
That's
very
great.
cool.
Here's another one. I have this book too, but I just love this cover.
Classic cover.
Classic. Yeah.
And let me see, what else did I get here? Oh, I bought this one. I'll show you two more. I bought this Tales to Astonish.
Oh, nice. What's the date on that one, Efren? That must be an older book.
It's 12 cents, so it's in probably the early 1960s, I'd say.
Nice.
And I always wanted this one too. And I never got this one.
Yeah, right on.
Just a few of the books that I got. So.
Very cool. Very cool. Luke, have you got anything you want to show off?
Yeah, so last week I put out a video of my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection, And then I happened by a small little comic shop. Didn't really have a lot in there for like older books. It was mostly modern, but he did have these, so I picked these up. These were missing from my own collection, so I've added them now. I've got issue number 54, which again I needed.
Who's that on
And
the front?
so I think it's Michelangelo. He's got the nunchucks down the bottom here.
Oh, right.
So I think that's Michelangelo perched up on there. And then issue number 17. So I think NECA recently done an action figure called The Wanderer, and that's what this character is. So this comic book, Turtles can be very weird back in the Mirage days. This particular book is actually a story that Michelangelo is reading. So the story that you're reading here is completely fictional to the Turtles world. But it's still really great story nonetheless. So, but yeah, these were just 2 issues that I didn't have at that time making that video, but have since acquired. So
Nice.
Very happy.
Very nice. James, you're not home at the moment, but have you got anything to show off?
I do actually. I had a little surprise for me when I got here. So last time I was in Switzerland, I was in a GameStop and they had these little music boxes. And there was like a Jurassic Park one and like some anime ones and cartoon ones and stuff. And I was like, oh, it's a shame there's not a Star Wars one. I would have bought that. So I don't know how she got it, but my girlfriend got me found the Star Wars one.
Oh, very cool.
It's a little music box. So it's got like Kylo Ren and Vader and Yoda and Chewbacca on it and stuff. But you open it up. That's just the first 15 if you turn it. Hang on. I hope I haven't broken it already.
Very cool.
That's a copyright claim now.
It's cool.
I can see the envy in Ephrain's eyes. Look at him. Look at his little eyes.
It's awesome. Like I love it. Like it goes through like most of the.
Love that. I want that now. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later.
I'll see where she got it after, and I'll send you a link.
Cool.
Very cool. Very cool. I like that, James. I like that. Von Hood, have you got anything you want to show off?
Not really. As I said earlier, my vinegar syndrome issue, what I was planning to do was show off some of the animation cells I thought I could donate to Friday. I don't know whether I should do that now, because if the vinegar syndrome is going on with the other ones, then
Mate, you've already...
I think they can...
Listen, you've contributed enough already, so we might do another.
It's fun, isn't it? Like, and it brings something interesting and different to try and get money out of people. Yeah. So like it's for a good cause too, which I appreciate. So we'll think it over. But
good stuff. Thank you, bud. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, guys, so let's draw some free comics. Hashtag Young Minds. You've got a second or two to get these into the chat. So put hashtag Young Minds. We've got 20 entries so far, 28 people watching. So please put hashtag Young Minds into the chat. Guys on screen, if you want to put in as well, please feel free to do so. I know Luke has, so if you guys want to put in, no problem at all.
I'll do it when you have one hashtag Old Minds. So just...
yeah, hashtag Old Minds. Okay, guys, so last few seconds and then we shall draw. Let us just figure out how to share my screen.
I've remembered. I read Spawn 350, the big. I've
never read a Spawn comic,
Me neither.
That's a lie. Sorry, I've read Batman versus Spawn. Did they do a crossover or something? At one point?
They did a couple. Yeah, they've happened. It's a big deal if you like Spawn, but I don't actually read the ongoing Spawn title. So I was just taking a punt on it to see where they were, because I used to read it when I was a kid. Yeah, and it was Spawny.
Spawny.
Yeah,
can't beat a bit of Spawny. Yeah, it was Spawny. Yeah. Okay, guys, let's crack on. So we shall now draw this. So good luck, everybody. Hit the spinny thing. Let's see who's today's winner. And our winner tonight is... Boom! Wayne won on the Killer Comic Show as well on Thursday. Lucky man.
He's cleaning up.
He's cleaning up. Right, Wayne. So let us see what you're going to get. 5 comics. So, chaps, just the usual.
Oh, no, wasn't it Charmaine who won?
Oh, yes, it was. You're right.
Show.
You're right.
Yeah,
It was his.
so-
Yeah.
I think Wayne
So-
won the last
They won't
one
be
we
paying,
did.
will they?
The last one we did here, I think he won.
Ah.
Right. So, tell us when to stop Von Hoot. Every time. Every time. Just,
Stop.
I like it anyway. I'm fingering me books. Front or back?
Back.
Back. Efren.
Stop.
I haven't started, Efren. We'll do it again. Tell us when. Stop.
Up.
Front or back, Efren?
Front.
Okay. Luke.
All right, stop. But now
Uh-huh.
completely ignore that and just go straight to the back.
Straight to the back. The back book, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And James T.
Third from the back.
Third from the back. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3.
I saw a little
What?
certificate of authenticity there. That's
Why?
nice.
One more book. So Von Hoot, you can pick. Just take your time. Take your time. He's a twat.
Stop.
Front or back?
Front.
Okie dokie. Ugh. So, Wayne, let us make myself big. Cha-ching. There we are. So, these are your books, Wayne. I shall put them in your package. What the fuck is that? The spider thing.
I know that one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That is the first appearance of a character created by the directors of the Spider-Verse movies.
Okay. So, it's a spider in a top hat.
Yeah,
You
it's,
have
it's rubbish. It's awful, but I do know what it is.
You have got Unnatural Order #1. This is the Comics Curing Cancer exclusive. So, that's coming your way. You have got a reprint of Avengers first appearance of Kang. That's quite a nice one. You have got Man's World from AW Upshot. And finally, you have got... Oh, I like that one. You've got Scar #1.
Great cover, that.
Yeah,
That's
great
very-
cover.
that's very
I like
cool.
That one. Yeah, I like that one. So, I shall stick them in your giveaway box, Wayne. Okie dokie, guys. Let's just minimise myself. Stickers there. And we'll crack on. So, what we've been watching. A few things to talk about tonight. A few trailers I asked you guys to have a little look-see at. I want to start with this because this has really pushed my buttons. So, we've talked in the past, haven't we, about shows that people love, like Luke, like Lost, where I think you get to a point in these series where you've gone too far, so you can't not watch it because you need to find out what happens in the story. And before you know it, you're like 9 seasons in and you're thinking, you kind of lost the will to live a bit. And this is exactly where I am. So I've just finished a series called The Blacklist. Anybody watched The Blacklist?
Yep.
Yeah.
I gave up.
Seen-
I purposely gave up.
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
I
I've
love
seen
The
the whole- I've
Blacklist.
seen the whole series.
Great premise, great idea, but it just went on and on too long with the mystery of whether or not he was her dad, didn't it? And
So
I just lost
Efren-
interest.
Yeah. Efren, you've seen the series, seen the full series, so
Yes.
you'll understand what this image is about?
Yes.
Yeah.
The last
So-
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So spoilers, if you don't want to know how The Blacklist ends, as Luke says, we get, is it 9 seasons of to and fro and all the rest of it about is he your daughter, isn't he your daughter, all the rest of it. Last episode, he walks into a field and gets killed by a bull.
Yeah.
You just find you see him lying on the ground, legs snapped, head. It was just the most bizarre kind of end. I mean, it was philosophical, I guess, and all the rest of it, and end of his kind of show and all the rest of it. But I don't know. It just felt as totally. I don't know. You don't even find out what happens to the task force or anything like that.
I
don't
don't think Von Hoot's okay.
Yeah. Great
I'm
series.
glad I gave up when I did.
Yeah.
See, I did actually, thinking about it, I did watch like the first 2 seasons of it. And now I'm thinking, oh, I've got to see the ending.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I loved the actor. I loved the series. It had some great episodes, but I just kind of felt a bit deflated by this. And Dead Man saying he was dying anyway. Well, this is the thing with the Blacklist. It jumps around with plots. So in the penultimate season, he had some kind of ailment that was going to kill him, but then that's never mentioned in the next season. And then end of this episode, he does a blood transfusion, and it's never said that he's dying, but I assumed he was. And I assumed he goes for a long walk in the fields and he sits and looks at a sunset. I thought, oh, that's nice. He's going to die kind of looking at the sunset. No, he gets a cow, a bull, kills him. It's like,
I'm no word of a lie. I'm just going to skip to that episode tonight.
Just the very end.
I'm just going to watch the clip. I'm just going to watch the clip of it. To be honest,
the very end.
Hilarious.
The thing is, I remember the first 3, maybe even 4 seasons being really good, really captivating, really good twists and turns, and then it did just fall off.
So
it really did take a dip.
It was very much like Lost, Luke. There were a few there were a few good episodes. Do you know what? For me, people in the chat are saying about the whole is he our daughter, the daughter, other related, blah blah blah. Give us a bit like X-Files. Give us an episode where it's just this is the bad guy. This is how they catch him, hunt him down. Happy with that. I don't want the big long 3-season long arc trying to hint at stuff, because I think they tried to answer this, but I haven't got a clue what it was trying to lead. At one point, they were trying to imply that he'd had a sex change, and I didn't get that either. I didn't know what the hell was happening. Fuzzy, philosophical, there's lots of kind of speeches and things that Red makes that make no sense to me. But yeah. What's a cow got to moo about? Oh, God. I started reading that before I'd read it properly. That's why I was giving all his stuff away. Yeah, I didn't know if it was because he was dying or if he was just kind of happy to be ending things and moving on with his life. Okay. Then he woke up and the bull got out of a shower. Yeah, good old Dynasty. Or was it Dallas? Sorry, Dallas. Okay, so yeah, disappointing end to it. Interesting.
How
series.
dare you compare this to Lost?
Lost dog shit. Mate. You're right. You're right. This was much better. Yeah. James T of the Keegan, I hand over to you, sir.
Yeah, I've been blasting through movies. So Blade Runner was shown in my cinema last week. I'd never seen it. So I checked out last week. Loved it.
What?
Really awesome. Yeah, just never. I think when the Ryan Gosling one was coming out, I tried to watch it and I got a few minutes in. I don't remember why. I just didn't continue with it.
Which cut of the movie did you get to see?
I think the final cut, I think it was.
Yeah. I think that's the best version. Honestly.
Yeah. I don't know how drastically different like the other versions are anyway, but I had a blast with it. I thought it was great. It was like a really cool neo-noir kind of detective story, really great characters. The villain in it was incredible, I thought.
Yeah.
So yeah, just really amazing now, and I'm looking forward to watching the Ryan Gosling one anyway, because I've heard that's fantastic as well. Yeah. I've heard anyway. Then I have been blasted through the moral. Everybody has their little dark areas.
Exactly.
Like,
Bless him.
we call Tremors an amazing film.
Yeah.
Is it
He's not been on this earth as long as the rest of us. Yeah.
There's loads of films that I've not seen, and
He's not seen Tremors, but he's seen Mortal Kombat Legends 4 film collection.
No, I'm only two movies in actually, Peter. Wow. But anyway, this is like an animated series of films, and they kind of all cover different areas of Mortal Kombat, but they've been kind of coming out one a year over the last 4 years. I watched the first 2. Awesome. They're really good. I think if you're you think Mortal Kombat looks kind of cool, but you're not a gamer, I think it's a really good way to get into the series. If you're a fan of the DC animated stuff, I think there's something there for you as well. It's Warner Brothers animation as well. So I'd really recommend them. They're really cool. And then I went to see the Bob Marley biopic. Awesome, loved it. I thought it was great. It was really touching. You learn a bit in it. The main guy, Kingsley Benadir, so he was in Secret Invasion as the villain, and he was awful.
Oh
in
yeah,
that. awful in that, but he was great in this. Like he was really, really matched. The only thing was that it was kind of difficult to understand what people were saying because they had that really thick Rastafarian accent. But that was a really, really cool film. You know, I'd recommend it.
Now you know how I feel when I listen to some of you guys.
Blank stare. You need subtitles. Yeah.
Just jump into the chat before we move on. Rutger, yeah, he's superb. Yeah, badass name, absolutely. We've got Sean. Nice to see you, Sean. Hope you're well.
We've all seen The Hitcher, right?
The Hitcher.
Yeah, Hitcher
yes,
is amazing.
Yeah. Second one's outrageously long. It is very, very long. One Love was amazing cinemas just to hear the music loud.
Yeah, definitely.
One Love isn't as good as Madam Web at Discuss. No. Hashtag Young Minds. You've missed it, Sean. You've missed it, mate. You've done that. Fuzzy Dunlop. How does Bob Marley like his donuts?
With jamming.
With jamming, yeah. God,
or he doesn't because he's dead.
Oh, Luke, what happened, Doc?
I approve of both those jokes.
Yeah, I've got... People are going to shout at us and say, oh, he's an icon, blah, blah, blah. I've got no interest in this at all. I've got no interest in Bob Marley, I have to be honest.
But you know, I felt that way about Elvis until I saw the Elvis movie. And I've always liked Bob Marley's music. And like he obviously was like a interesting person. But like you check the movie out and see what you think after. Anyway.
I'm sort of with you, Pete, in so much as... Like, similar to Elvis, I really don't care about him. But I do quite like music biopics if they're quite good. So I probably will dig it.
Yeah. Sean saying go see it. One Love and Madam Web, new combined universe. Yeah. No. Okay. I asked just to watch some trailers. This is Borderlands, I believe. I know nothing about this. I know it's based on a game. So, James, I'm hoping you know something about it. Jesus, is the hamster loose? What's happening in your house? Is it hamster hell?
Kids outside the door. So cute. Borderlands is a first person. It's by Gearbox. So it's a first person kind of looter shooter series. Very kind of cartoony. I think this film really captures the aesthetic of it anyway.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Fuzzy's comment. We've upset him because we got his joke. He likes double chocolate. Piss off. This trailer took me completely by surprise. I'm interested to know what the rest of you guys thought. I got very much Guardians of the Galaxy kind of vibe from the trailer.
Dungeons and Dragons, I got vibe from it. Like the hero.
I think it was borderline stealing how much it was like Guardians. It was.
Did it interest you, Bud? Because it interested me. I'll see it, I think.
So it's Eli Roth, who's a fantastic director. He did Thanksgiving, obviously. This film has had a very tumultuous development. And like there's a point where there's reshoots with, like Tim Miller went to do reshoots without Eli Roth.
Really?
People have had their names taken off of it and stuff. So I think it could go either way on this one, really. But it looks cool. Like I like the vibes of it. It's also I love how the trailer says from the producer of Spider-Man, Venom, Uncharted. It's fucking Avi Arad. It's like that's not something to boast about in your movie.
I mean, that's not a good roll call, is it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Luke, what about you? What do you think of this?
Yeah, I was going to say I was very surprised by the cast of this movie. Like to me, it seems like these were big hitters that wouldn't be in a film like this.
Yeah.
My concern, and this is a curtain that's actually spread over the majority of the trailers that you actually sent us to watch, is that everything is becoming very Deadpool-esque. And I know that it's kind of like studios cashing in on it all, but it's all very hyper-violent, hyper-comedy, hyper-everything else. And I just want to go back to like calmer films. I know it might sound weird to say, but like I watched some proper like old school dramas like Good Will Hunting or Instinct with Anthony Hopkins and stuff like that, all these mid-budget films. I don't need all this loudness all the time. I get that it's popular, and as comic book fans we probably should all love it, but I feel like every movie at the moment is just this. They all look this.
This is not the movie for you, really.
They all look the same. My problem is that they're all the same. They're all coming out very similar in style.
To be fair, this is what the game is, and the game is from 2009. So like it was a precursor to that. So, the tonally, the comedy, the kind of style of it is the game to a T. Yeah.
I've never played the game, but I've seen the the trailers for it and things like that. I think this looks really, really interesting. It looks very, very, like Luke says, it is hyper violent, but
Is it though?
I'm there for
Because
it.
I didn't really see that much violence in the trailer, and they don't really play it up. There's a lot of
Yeah, I think this is PG-13. I don't think this is
yeah. See, like
Right, yeah, I
if
think
it
so,
was PG, if it was hyper violent, I'd probably be more interested because I just think we're going
Yeah.
to get a bit of a sloppy Guardians of the Galaxy.
I feel like
If it's
I'm getting
PG-13.
Suicide
So-
Squad, like David Ayer Suicide
Yeah.
Squad pop vibes, sort of from the.
What about you,
Yeah.
Efren? What did you think, Efren?
I agree with a lot of you guys. The minute I heard the soundtrack, I think which is very important to a movie. The minute I heard that song, I go, this reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, I've never heard of this video game, but it looked interesting to me, and I think I probably will watch it. The little girl is Ariana Greenblatt. She's the one who did Ahsoka and Gamora.
Yeah, Barbie as well. She was in.
And
Yeah.
Barbie.
That's a great. Tiny Tina's a really great character.
Yeah,
Jack
her
Black
career
is
really
Claptrap.
skyrocketed, you know.
Claptrap is hilarious. You know. Yeah.
There's a just off topic slightly, but there's just been released a hot toy of her, Efren, of ours, the young Ahsoka, and it's if you like Star Wars
I've
films.
seen that. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I mean it's not for me, but the head sculpt and stuff's pretty interesting.
I like how colorful it is. Anyway, like it's it's a lot going on there. A lot of oranges. and-
Agreed.
and
Like I definitely see it. Like it looks
I'll see
looks
it
like
day
it
one.
will at least look nice.
Yeah.
So
I think Fuzzy's right. A lot of video game adaptations are
I
pretty poor.
could rant about that for ages.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
you want
I'll
to
give
cover
it a
that?
go.
We should do that as a topic at some point because I got things to say.
Pretty sure we did.
I think we did a while ago, yeah.
We did,
I
yeah.
think we did.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
let's
you've got
do it
more
again.
to say. You've got more to say. We can do it again. Yeah,
Do a
we can
part
do
two.
it again. Well, this is interesting. So I quite like the look of this. This is Civil War. I don't know if you guys all managed to catch the trailer for this. A little bit terrifying. So I'm going to come to our Talking American on the panel. Efren, did you watch this one?
I watched the trailer, and maybe because I am an American, I did not like this premise at all.
Yeah.
You know, it just hit too close to home with all the politics that's going on in the United States. I just said, no, this. I mean, I watched the trailer. I go, I didn't like the premise of this at all.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it's too close to reality, and it's scary.
I have to say, from watching it, I thought, do you know when sometimes you watch movies and you think, actually, how far away from this actually could happen? And I think that just that image in itself of snipers, you know, it's terrifying, to be honest.
For some reason, I just oh, man, I could see this happening in our country, you know? Like, dang, man. So I don't think I'm going to watch this movie.
I mean, I think I will watch it because of the cast in it, but also I think it looks amazing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fuzzy's trying to keep the chat in line. Kenneth, you've missed the giveaway, mate. What do the rest of you think of this? Anybody? Any
I
thoughts?
thought
I didn't think much of the trailer, honestly. But
Have you seen any of the other ones?
no, I just watched the one.
Because the one's a shorter one. There's a longer trailer. That's
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that has some cool stuff in it.
I
If there's
feel like it could be an interesting film, and if it's handled well, and I mean it needs to be really handled with kid gloves in order for it not to be quite incendiary. And I think that's it. It seems like an absolute mistake, like to make this movie because you're going to piss off a lot of people. With whichever vaguely political slant you go with, it's going to piss people off. Just seems like a bad idea. Will I watch it? Maybe if I hear good things, but otherwise,
I have my passport and I'm ready to go at any time.
I mean, it is absolutely terrifying. It's like our from the outside, what we all really worry is going to happen. And I can't speak for someone living there, but I'm sure there is something in the back of everybody's minds, which is why they all keep a ton of guns that this might actually happen. Like it's terrifying.
That's, I think, the point of this, though. You know, it's uncomfortable. Like
it could be a good cautionary tale.
Yeah,
like it just depends how it's handled.
But I think you're right, Von Hoot. I think it could. You could have lots of argy-bargy, couldn't you, with this in the cinema? Luke, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, so I thought it was a really interesting and thought-provoking concept, but looking at the trailer, I couldn't work out what the story was, because obviously that's the concept, that's the setting. I couldn't work out what the story was that we were meant to be following during that civil war? Like, is it to protect someone? Is it to look after someone? Is it to get somewhere or do something? I couldn't work out what I was watching from the trailer.
Yeah. Interesting. Anybody else before we move on?
It's A24, so they're much more.
Yeah, they do have a good track record.
But it's Al Scarland directing, and he's a bit hit and miss. So 50-50, I think it's gonna be fantastic or shite. So we'll see.
Anybody recall any of the cast? I can't remember the names. Just
Kirsten Dunst, Nick Offerman, Jesse Plemons. There's a really haunting line in the other trailer where they come across Jesse Plemons. He's a soldier, and they're like, "Oh, it's okay, we're Americans." And he says, "Well, what kind of American are you?" And it's just like, "Fuck!" That's so scary.
Well, there's my thinking of having name actors in it. It either has to be really good scripts that they're very confident in, or the actor is so far up their own arse that they don't understand the implications of what's happening. So it's could be either way. We'll see.
Yeah, it's about civil partnerships, Fuzzy. You're quite right, buddy. You're quite right. Listen, guys, because Wayne won the other night, and I've just clocked that I haven't actually sent his package yet, I'm going to be able to double up on postage with him. So I think what we'll do is we'll do another giveaway tonight. So let us just set it up.
You're a madman. Just take the win there, man. You're safe.
We'll do hashtag comics. All right. So hashtag comics, ladies and gents. Just give us a second to set it up. So right, start collecting comments. So hashtag comics in the thing. Let's give Kenneth a chance to win, bless him, and Sean. So hashtag comics, and we'll get that at the end. Now,
I'm taking these ones. I've decided. I'm winning.
This was friggin' mental. I'd not heard anything about this trailer.
Yeah, he's ripped in this as well.
Isn't he?
He's got in shape.
He's ripped in John Wick as well.
Yeah, he's tremendous in John Wick.
Yeah.
This, I can't remember the name of the film. Is it The Boy Kills the World or something?
Boy Kills World.
Yeah.
Boy Kills World was just
a take on
mental.
Boy Meets World, isn't it?
Yeah. I got Running Man vibes from it. Like Luke said before, very, very violent, lots of fighting, lots of battling in it, lots of shooting and stuff like that. A little bit John Wicky. But I loved it. I loved the trailer. I thought the trailer was fun. I loved the voiceover. I thought it looks like it's a good movie. What are you guys? Nobody like it?
So going back to what I said before, it's I don't dislike any of these trailers, but I do feel like we're getting very much the same films at the moment. It seems like they're seeing what's working and they're just running with it and pumping them out. This does look like a fun premise, as does the Borderlands one. So it's not that I'm against these movies in any way. I just want a bit more variety. But yeah, this looks good fun.
This too, then.
Again, it's like got that whole Deadpool kind of persona, like the voiceover thing and this, that, and the other.
It gave me like halfway between Deadpool and Bullet Train vibes.
Yeah.
That it's got like probably like mediocre, hyper unrealistic action and some crap jokes.
I was getting like a Guns Akimbo or Hark or a Henry kind of.
Yeah, there you go.
I see all of these as popcorn movies, which is great. You know, you just try to shut your mind off and just enjoy them for what they are. That's amazing. But I do feel like there's a lot of them at the moment.
They make other movies, right? Not in the geeks.
I mean, I tend to pick the geeky related movies. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you're right. There are a lot of them, but the kind of the fun, I think, for the general audience. What about you, Efren? Is this something you would go and see?
No, I'm not gonna go see it because I mean, what Luke's been saying is just been there, done that. How many fight scenes do you have to see? And I don't know. But
movies shouldn't have fight scenes anymore. Efren, is that what you're saying?
I think this should be all drama. But, no, I mean,
make Schindler's List again.
Next week's
movie that just came out a couple of weeks ago. What was it called? Monkey Boy?
That looks great too. Oh yeah.
Luke picked that one. You picked that one, Luke, didn't you?
I did.
I don't believe you made such a critique as saying it was.
Oh, I did. I said it's exactly like John Wick.
Well, I don't recall that.
Yeah. Next week's trailers, guys, we're going romance. All right, we'll talk all romance.
To be fair, bringing it back to that film, I actually thought the action looked a bit crap, and that's my biggest problem with it. Like when when they did that, the bit in the trailer where like let's have the gratuitous action sequence.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that gratuitous, and it wasn't like it was very. Like the editing was very kinetic, but the actual fighting was a bit sort of like.
Listen,
okay.
if you want a slower paced movie, less action, less drama, I've got just the film for you, right? So this week's I Can View This All Day is going to be looking at this travesty of a movie. This is the Justice League movie from a good while back, which has, I can guarantee it, zero action in a superhero movie. So this will be right up your street. You cheeky bastard, Ian. You cheeky bastard. Is that Peter in the Attic?
No, you're the Martian Manhunter.
Honestly, I don't deserve this grief. Yeah, so listen, this is this week's I Can View This All Day. We're going to go live with this on Tuesday, I believe it is. If you want to kind of join in the conversation, try and watch this before the show. This is free on YouTube, because no one's paying for this. So you can watch it for free on YouTube if you really, really want to.
What's it called again?
Justice League of America. I can't remember the date on it.
1997.
1997, yeah. If you search Justice League of America 1997,
Was this a
full
TV movie or something?
It was
Yeah,
a TV,
it was
made for TV.
And it was released. It
Yes.
came on
Yeah.
CBS was a pilot
Yeah.
for a show, and the show didn't get picked
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
And it's
Fucking horrendous. Like it's so fucking bad. It's really shocking. Like how
we'll talk about it. So try and watch it if you want, or watch me and James on.
Don't waste. No, I'm gonna say don't waste your time. Just watch us shit.
Watch us
for
talking about
12
it
to 15 minutes.
on Tuesday.
I do love your video recaps, by the way. They're really
good
fun.
They are good fun.
Enjoyable.
Well, so we've got that one, and then we've got a one which might be up your street of On Hoot, coming out next Friday over on One Good Scare. That is American Werewolf in London. So I hadn't seen it for a long time. James hadn't seen it before.
Of course, he hasn't.
Hell, James.
That's the point of this show, is that the stuff I haven't
Exactly.
seen, Peter's not seen.
Von Hoot's enough. Where's he gone? So Efren. Have you seen this film, Efren?
When it first came out, and
Okay.
when are you guys going to do this on Friday?
This
This
is Friday night. It's-
Should be
I'm
up
gonna
around
watch. This
9-ish.
is a great movie when it first came out. I remember it.
But Efren, you're coming to Thought Bubble with us in a few months' time. This is exactly what Thought Bubble's like. So you know, this is the kind of attire you need to dress in. All right,
Okay.
and then you basically just need to brace yourself. Don't go away from the paths. All right, stay on the road, and you'll be all right.
Then you fall in love with a nurse.
You do.
She's
You
gonna-
do.
she's gonna
Yeah.
be
That's
awake in
me.
the hospital.
That's me.
Peter.
Yeah. But see, this is exactly what England's like, and we're all as. So do you know the pub scene? That's how welcoming Weatherspoons in Harrogate is when you go into the pub scene.
You walk in with your backpack and your flannel jacket, and they'll just look at you like.
And to be fair, I have been in pubs where that does happen.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why that
Dressed like that. Yeah. So this is going to be Friday night. We're going to be talking about this over on One Good Scare. So please do check that out. Okay, guys, we're going to round off with a little bit of talk, just briefly, about the good old X-Men. So we've got X-Men 97, the cartoons starting very, very quickly. I think it's only a couple of weeks away from one. So really excited about that. I asked you to have a quick look see at the trailer. I said it before, I'll say it again. When Cyclops says to me, "My X-Men, I nearly die," I just love that scene. But I guess what I'm interested in knowing, because we're all fans of the original cartoon, I would guess. What I want to know is, what do you want to see? If you were writing some of these episodes, where do you want to see the stories going? Which of these classic storylines, or do you not want to see classic storyline? For me, I would love to see an A versus X, and I'd also love to see Age of Apocalypse somehow, because they're two of my favourite all-time X stories. We've seen in the trailer already, I'm sure you guys picked it up, that there are newspaper clippings and links to Spider-Man universe. So it's possible we'll get a Spider-Man crossover at some point
Did they
as well.
not do Age of Apocalypse in that old cartoon?
Not that I can. I mean, it's a long time since I've seen it. Look, I don't know. I don't think they did the full Age of Apocalypse, did they?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. So, what do you want to see? We'll start with you, Von Hood, because you're not really an X-Man, are you? That
Not
sounds
really.
wrong. I do.
I mean, I could be. I mean,
Yeah.
He's an ex-Mal.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Like, that's an interesting question. I'm struggling, honestly. The amount of X-Men I've read is relatively little.
Yeah.
And like they did a bunch of the stuff that I've read, so it's sort of. I mean, maybe Old Man Logan. Okay,
yes.
Son of a bitch! I was just about to. That was my
Old
one.
Man Logan.
Like
where's my So Toys Old Man Logan? I paid for that bloody a year ago. That's not been made yet, is it?
I mean, maybe write to your MP and find out.
I will. Yeah, that's a great call. Old Man Logan is a great call. I like that. James, what about you?
Yeah, Old Man Logan would be that's the storyline I would like to see. Like whether it's like someone jumps into the future or something like that. That'd be really great. For me, it's like characters. I really want to see. I know he had like a cameo, but he didn't say anything in one of the episodes of the original. But Deadpool, like to see this universe version of Deadpool. X-23, I think fascinated like what they might do with her if she pops up in it. The New Mutants, like in some of those characters kind of coming into it, like what's the one you love? The Magic, yeah.
Magic.
Love to see her, like, yeah. So it's, I'm excited for
that. Just before we go on to Luke, there's loads of comments here. Ken's just now repeatedly putting hashtag comics, and we've got Chris Pitt. I'd like to say the age of Ken. Ken's getting some jip in the comments here. Ken Men 97.
Hey, Kenneth Bird is a national treasure. The man is a legend.
Yeah. He's taking it in good fun. Good stuff. So we've got a few suggestions. We've got X-Men versus Omega Red. I think they had Omega Red in it, but yeah, I do like the character Omega Red. Gabriel Summers, that would be interesting.
Honestly, Omega Red's the only reason I know Omega Red is because of that X-Men series. Yeah. House of M, yeah.
House of M is juicy.
Ignore what I said. Let's do that.
Let's do House of M. Madrox.
Scarlet Witch is in it. Wasn't she the original series? Scarlet Witch.
Don't know. She was in X-Men Evolution, but I don't know if she was in.
She wasn't in the original series.
It's years since I've watched it. I can't remember.
They share it's Disney. Yeah, they could put her in if they want. I don't know if they want to connect her to X-Men.
She definitely wasn't in it like in the beginning.
She wasn't a regular.
One of the stable characters. If she does make a cameo, I didn't see it.
Fuzzy's saying he's dreading hearing the theme tune on everybody's Insta stories. For
one of the best theme tunes of all time, man. What are you talking about? Like,
yeah. Okay, Luke. What about yourself?
Well, once again, I hate when you go to the chat before I can make my pick because I was going to pick House of M, but the thing is,
that's convenient, isn't it?
It is very convenient. The one that everyone else loves. For me, this is a weird one. So I loved the trailer. James sent us the trailer in our little group chat, and I watched it right away. I absolutely loved it. Thought it looked great. But I always questioned why they were doing this and not the '94 Spider-Man, because this had an end. Like the way that this series ended back in the '90s, I felt like that was a definitive end. Whereas some of the other shows that were out back then were left on cliffhangers. So I'm looking forward to this, but I don't really know where it's going to go. I'm looking forward to seeing where they take it, but I don't really know what I'm expecting or what I want from it. Whereas if you pick those other shows, I would know exactly what I wanted it to follow.
It's a nice answer, Luke, but it's a political answer. The question, what story would you like to see? Is there an X-Men story that you fancy seeing in it?
No.
Okay. Efren, how about you, bud?
Well, I've been thinking about it. One good series that I liked, it was called The Exiles.
Kraken.
Let's do that. That was awesome.
Kraken.
Yeah.
Another one I would like to see them go to Savage Land and see Savage Land Rogue in her bikini outfit.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on an effort. I don't think that's going to be
you dirty young man.
It's my fantasy.
Phil.
Leave me alone.
Efren, Exiles is a cracking idea. I mean, Fuzzy's saying you're expecting too much. I think you're absolutely right, Fuzzy. This is just fan kind of what I'd like to see. But Exiles, I'd love to see an Exiles series.
You can tell his daughter's not in the room anymore.
The thing is, I'm assuming that this show is being made for us older fans who watch the original and not for new fans coming into it, right? This
Presume
isn't,
so,
This
yeah.
isn't going to be
I hope
made
so.
for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, Luke. I think so. Yeah, but you would hope that they're intelligent enough to write the to write the episode so anybody can kind of jump on and watch it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They aren't trying to make this like an R-rated
Inaccessible.
show. It will span. It'll be just like the original. I'd hope that they would do, except better written with some animation that may or may not be.
I can't get my head out of an Exile series now, but
Yeah, that'd be amazing. That was a great series.
okie dokie, guys, that's what we're whack for tonight. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. Just before we get to kind of I'm going to make you sit through the stuff where we're kind of sell with the shows and stuff like that. We'll do a comic draw at the very end, so a hashtag comics. So far there's 48 entries and it's all Ken. So we'll move on. Just a few things on my channel for you to have a look at. I did a little gaming video where I went to a retro gaming convention. That was good fun. Next week I've got a video coming out where I've been to a retro gaming arcade, and played on all kinds of old style machines and games and stuff like that. It was meant to be a comic shop, but the comic shop was shut when I was there. We've then got my video on why I picked up some books from, I think it was a Facebook page. And then we've got mine and Luke's rundown of some of our favourite Masters of the Universe characters. That's just gone out today, so check that out. Monday night, we're going to be doing, dear God, we're going to be doing Spotlight on Masters of the Universe with comic lad Simon, who asked what to do, Spotlight on Masters of the Universe, and then immediately messaged and said, "What Spotlight? What are we
downgrade, isn't it?
What are we talking about? What will we be doing?"
All this
Jesus,
because James
Simon.
couldn't make it.
Yeah. So we've got Spotlight on Monday, looking at Masters of the Universe, the history, the action figures, the cartoons, and all that kind of stuff.
Can I just say that art is amazing? Like,
Yeah, Alex Ross.
I love that image.
Yeah,
Like,
stunning
I keep
Alex Ross.
nearly buying the CGC version of the comic.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah, sexy. It's nice. James, tell me about this.
Yeah, the last episode of I'll Be Right Back was on My Blue Valentine 3D, so that was a really fun one to watch. Surprised at your opinion on it anyway. Yeah, that was a blast. That was a blast to chat about. And then, yeah, as you said, next week is American Werewolf in London. We also had One Good Scare live last night. We talked about the Salem's Lot movie remake potentially being shelved, like everything at Warner Brothers at the moment. Camp Crystal Lake series is coming this year, apparently. There's some trailers talked about as well. And the final topic we talked about, it's escaping me, Peter. Did we talk about at the end? What scares you? Like
What
in real
scared
life?
you? Real life
Yeah,
scares.
yeah. So I talked jellyfish and belly buttons. Peter talked about spiders and centipedes.
Yeah.
It's good.
Belly
Hang on,
buttons.
belly buttons.
Yeah, it's amphilophobia, man. It's a real thing. Check it
So
out.
if at Thought Bubble I wander over and unleash the beast on you,
I'll clock you in the face. I'll clock you square in the jaw, like
I've now
Near
got
me
this
with a belly
mint
button.
vision of Von Hoot lifting the shirt
Yeah.
and rubbing his belly button in your face, James.
it's
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna be hard for me, mate.
Is it
I don't
an
know,
innie or
like,
is it an innie or an outie, Von
Stop.
Hoot? Is it
Stop.
an innie or
I'm gonna just. I'm starting to cramp. I'm like, oh.
tremendous?
I didn't even know that was a phobia. I
Yeah,
apologize
yeah,
for laughing.
I've literally been
I
up
had
all
no idea.
night because I can't stop thinking about belly buttons. Like it's
We'll all turn up with that part of our
It's like-
shirt cut out.
Yeah.
it's like crippling. Like it's horrendous.
Jesus Christ,
So
honestly.
what,
Yeah.
Are you all right with your own one?
No,
Really?
I don't like that. I don't like that. I have one.
Let's move away from belly button talk.
Sorry.
Von Hoot, it's just the whole thing.
We'll
It's
talk
total
about it
thing.
after the show. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it.
Chris is saying his belly button is manufactured. Would that still count? Okay. So, me and James this week on Wednesday at 9:30 are going to be taking part in an online geek panel quiz show called Masters of the Multiverse with a whole host of interesting people. Jacob's Toys, Super Cyril, Ryan Speaks Geek, Lightning Collector 2021. It's just going to be a big quiz show, from what I understand. So that will be streaming on Wednesday night, and I think I've worked out how to stream it onto my channel as well. So that will be fun. Fuzzy's got 2 belly buttons, James. He's going to send you a pic.
No, thanks.
So please do check that out on Wednesday night. That's going to be the first of a regular quiz that we do with those guys. So it's going to be fun. Killer Comic Show, just to mention, we've got on Wednesday, thank fuck, it's Wednesday, myself, Charlie and Andy catching up to talk about all of the final order final order cut off comic books. So again, please check that out. Everyone's having a picnic. So please do check that out every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And then on Thursdays, we've always got the Killer Comic Show. All kinds of comic book news, reviews, killer comics and all that jazz. Always good fun. So please do make sure you go and have a look at that. Okay, that's your whack. Let's just see what the guys have got coming up. Efren, what's coming up on your channel, mate?
I just posted a video today, hanging out with the LaGuardias I do with my daughter. We try to do them every couple months. You know, I always appreciate whenever she can come on. I don't know. I'm posting a lot of shorts, you know, just whatever pops in my head, I'll do a video on something, you know. And I'm usually on with Peter too, so.
Yeah. I love that the show you do with your daughter, Efren. So I haven't managed to watch that one yet because I was streaming at 7 on another channel, but I'll definitely be checking that out. Yeah. And it's your turn to host the monthly picks, isn't it? So we'll be getting that done shortly, I would imagine. Yeah. Good stuff. Luke, what's happening over on Hydra Collectibles?
So this week I put out a video about the latest deal between Disney and Sony regarding physical media, which was some news that happened, which didn't make this show because everyone rolls their eyes at me when I talk physical media. But no, that's out already. So if you haven't seen that, please go over and give that a watch. And then at some point next week, I'm actually going to be releasing my first paid promotional video on my channel. So I'm really hoping everyone watches it. Because it'll be really sad if it gets no views. But it's an item that I think is pretty cool. You know, I reached out to these people because I liked their product, and luckily they replied back to me and sent me some freebies to review. So
nice stuff.
I'm going to put that out hopefully midweek.
Excellent. Look forward to that one.
I'm not even looking at the chats that are coming up now because this is getting foul.
Belly button,
guys.
Belly button fluff
work
cushion.
I put in for you guys being here, you know.
I want to make it clear I apologized for my initial reaction, and I do not condone what is happening in the chat right now.
Anyone sends me a picture, they get blocked immediately. I promise.
Von, what have we got coming up on your channel?
I will have a video up on Monday that will probably be a Wrestle Crate. And then we'll have an unboxing on Friday, probably, of a slab. And then on the Friday, this is important.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night, I will be in the chat for one particular event that is happening on a certain Ginger Man's channel.
Good man.
It will be a tremendous event, and we should all participate. Even if you can't afford it, just come into the chat.
Absolutely.
Because I've got no money, and that's where I'll be.
Absolutely.
Although, I am looking at that Transformers and thinking...
Yeah, it's sexy. 9.6. Yeah, 9 points. Very nice. But no, that's a good point, well made, Von, who's just to reiterate, by watching the show, you are contributing because I get funds for you watching the show money. So please do, even if you can't afford anything, just come watch the show and we'll be having a bit of a laugh. Anyway, Chris is going to be wearing a poop tube at Full Bubble, so that'll be nice. That's something to look forward to. I'd like to spread all the love, all my good friends here. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you, Kenneth. Okay, guys, let's roll the dice and see who wins. We've only got 14 people. We've got 20 people watching. Last chance, hashtag comics to be in with a chance of winning some books.
Comics or comic?
Oh, shit the bed. It still picks it up, I think, doesn't it?
No, it could be a different hashtag, wouldn't it?
I think it's still... Well, I've got 15 people and nobody's put hashtag comic, I don't think, have they?
Okay. All right.
Everybody's put comics. Having a look. Yeah, everybody's put comics, so I think it must just pick up the words. Yeah. The letters, I mean, sorry. Yeah. Okie dokie.
Learn something new every day, huh?
Belly button talk, that's what you've learned. Right. Good luck, everybody. Let's roll the dice. Kenneth, quick. Kenneth, quick.
Kenneth, no
Hashtag
S.
comment.
No S, Kenneth. Come on.
Oh dear, I haven't laughed as much in ages tonight. This is really good fun. Okay, guys, I'm praying for Kenneth to win. Here we go.
Come on, Kenneth. I'm rooting for you. Swing, bada, 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 swing.
And our winner is Chris Bell.
Chris Bell.
Chris Bell.
Hey.
Good stuff, Chris. Good stuff. Congratulations. Yes, Kenneth was in. But congratulations, Chris. Oh, we've got Roscoe here. Right, guys, we're going to pick some comics. We're going to pick it rapidly tonight because we don't want to be here all night. I've kept you long enough already. So, Efren, where do you want us to go?
When Dr. Von Hoot tells me to say, so.
We'll be here all night. Why? Von Hoot, come on. He's a twat, honestly.
Well, no, he has to tell Efren to say stop, so it's a delay anyway.
Now, Efren, you say.
Stop.
Front or back?
Dr. Von Hoot?
Jeez.
I think you should go the opposite to the front.
The back. Okay. Luke,
Stop.
front or back?
Front.
James,
Stop.
front or back?
Front.
Efren,
No, it's Dr. Von Hoot's turn.
Dr. Von Hoot,
Stop.
front or back?
Oh. That is a conundrum. See, what did I do last time? Was it front or was it back?
You went opposite to front.
Opposite to front. So that would be opposite to back.
That one, good. One more. Efren, you
Stop.
pick.
Stop.
Front or back?
Front.
Okie dokie. Right. Let's have a look. See. Make myself large. Okie dokie. Got a nice bit of juggy. You've got some jugs, Chris. Some nice jugs. Chris,
Alex
send us
Ross.
your address. I don't think I've got your address, mate. So some juggy action. Yeah. Ooh. So this is a nice one. But it's not in great condition. It has got a bit of tape pull on the front. But this is a key first appearance. And it is Tales to Astonish, first appearance of Giant Man.
Damn, what's that doing in the box? You fool.
But it has got, like I say, a bit of tape pull on the front. But that's a nice little book to have.
Dang, that's
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah. Don't know what the date is on it, but it's an old one. Boobies. Nice bit of booby.
I like that
Harley
cover.
Quinn.
The one.
King Spawn.
Nice.
There you go.
And a Venom cover. Venom issue number 1. Chris, I don't think you've won anything before, so let us know if you need a copy of the Weeping Blade, and I'll send you one of those as well, and some cards, obviously. Grand, good stuff. So drop us a line, Chris, with your address, and we'll get them out to you ASAP. Okie dokie. Right. Thank Fuzzy was initially saying send them to Kenneth, and now he's saying ignore it, keep him. Okie dokie. You said yes, please, to the Weeping Blade. No problem at all. Right, listen, guys, this has been a great show tonight. I've had a good time. Thank you very much. Lots of laughter, lots of fun, lots of belly button talk. So it's always appreciated. And thank you so much to everybody that's in the chat. If I can please just ask you all to try and tune in next week on Friday for the auction and whatnot. And also, please do spread the word. So I posted it on Instagram, but I'd really appreciate it if you could circulate it to your followers as well, so we can try and get as many people watching as possible. Really, really do appreciate everybody's support. And with that, we'll call it a night. So thank you very much, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.